just like to express the reason for my ability to communicate as I do and to speak as I do. You'd say, well, the nerve of this guy. Actually, I do have a PGCE, which means I am a qualified teacher. I qualified at the age of 34, which is a long time ago, and a bit like the guy who says moon on Little Britain. I got a fair amount of sour grapes about the fact that not only do I not have anything, but people sort of find me at very much the wrong end of the spectrum. Whereas the truth is, to have achieved a PGC is no mean feat. It's something that is actually quite a significant achievement. But as a teacher, I would teach routinely 5 hours a day contact time. So I'd have, say, 2 hours of preparing and grading and meetings and stuff, and I'd have about 5 hours contact. So 5 hours of constantly speaking, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. Sometimes make it really quite fun or quite interesting, or trying to. The truth is, education is boring, teaching is boring, studying is boring. But trying to make it certainly slightly less boring. But I would have 5 contact hours a day, routinely, day in, day out, month in, month out. The longest I ever had was 10 hours per day contact time, and by far the worst I've ever had. It was literally so difficult. Actually it wasn't difficult, but before I started I thought, I so do not want to do this. I so do not want to do 10 hours contact for this week. I had to do 50 contact hours in the week. And I so do not want to do 50 contact hours this week. I can't even express it. I have a feeling that it's literally, but I've got to. I'm here, and day one, hour one, literally I've only been there a day. So I had a day to settle in, and then 7:30 in the morning, into class at 8, 8 till 11, then a break till I think 1, then 1 till 4, then an hour's break till 5, and then 5 through to 9 with no break for the first week. Yeah, it's funny enough, because the other person wasn't there, and someone was needed to cover his classes because they couldn't not do them. So if you really could, we really appreciate it. We know it's difficult, but we can't not do them. So if you could, we'll give you overtime. And I really did not want to, in a way that I can't even explain. I really do not want to. People don't actually understand what it means. For instance, there are contracts in places like the Middle East where you can work as a teacher, and they'll say 40 hours a week, and in the small print it'll have 40 contact hours, which is like 8 hours a day. So it's not like just me. Whoever applied for that job and whoever got it is doing 8 contact hours a day, but they won't actually realise what they're doing. They won't realise the consequence to their health of 8 contact hours a day. Imagine, I'm talking to this camera for say 5 minutes. Imagine if I was talking to it for 8 hours, and then for 8 hours again tomorrow, and then 8 hours again the next day. Week in, week out. You look at 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you think, well, what's he doing? What the hell does he think he's doing? But can you imagine 8 hours a day? Day after day after day, week after week after week. As a routine sort of behaviour that barely even pays the rent. The normal contact hours in the College of Further Education in this country is anything up to 25 a week, which is 5 a day. Routinely you'll do about 20 anyway, which is 4 a day. And 4 a day is no mean feat. It's a very difficult thing. You say, well, who are you to comment? Well, funnily enough, at the local tech or local college, in all modesty, in all humility, I would be qualified in the top 10% of the staff. It's not like I'll be some little minion who's got an opinion. I would be probably qualified in the top 10% of their staff, in all truth. Although I wouldn't be wanted, and I wouldn't necessarily be the sort of person they'd be looking for a variety of reasons. I can legitimately say that I still would remain one of the most qualified people that they could actually have. So therefore, I suppose my opinion has some validity.